Okay, hello. I just wanted to add a few things that I haven't seen touched upon in the disaster cycle community online on YouTube, and many people have websites dedicated to all of that. I'm not going to go too much into that. A good person, one of the best people that has researched the cycles, and he's right on with also what I know. His name is Bibhu Dev Misra, and that's Bibhudevmisra. And he's on his second book, but look him up. He has been given a few interviews on YouTube with different people, and he talks about the cycles and the yugas and the catastrophes that are happening every 6,000 years that's being recorded. And other people have matched things up too. I think Randall Carlson, the geologist, I think he's sort of into that, and matching these dates up. I know Jimmy Corsetti, he also is into that, and Joe Rogan's had a lot of people on his podcast. But anyway, I've been into astrology and tarot, and what I've noticed is something pretty interesting. This is just a picture of my natal chart, but natal chart aside, you'll see Aries there is the beginning, it's the age of the ram. Now, these, if you're not familiar with astrology, there's 12 houses, and each house is said to be approximately 2,000 years. Some are a little less and some are more. The great cycle is said to be around, there's some differing answers, 24,000 years all the way to 25,000. I can't remember, it's 25,000, like 620, something like that. Sri Yukteswar, who was Paramahansa Yogananda's teacher, also gave the 25,000 number, and he wrote a book, The Holy Science, that talks a lot about these the yuga cycles. But in astrology, there's the 12 houses, and what's interesting is there's said to be 4 corners, and these are ages: the age of Taurus, the bull, the age of Aquarius, which we've probably just entered now, the age of Scorpio, and the age of Leo. The last time we were in the age of Taurus, the age of the bull, was approximately 4000 BC, and there is evidence of a world cataclysm during this time, and many cultures have noted this. Then you step back 6,000 more years to around 10,000 BC, and there was a major cataclysm during that time, and that is said to have brought, it's an event that triggered the downfall, because the cycle, the great cycle, was on the downward trend from the golden age. So like an event happened that shook up the earth, and humanity slowly devolved intellectually, spiritually, morally from that time. Slowly. It didn't happen overnight, because you have the golden age, the silver age, then it goes down to the bronze age, and then the iron age, which is called Kali Yuga in India. I think that the 10,000 BC, was that the Younger Dryas? It's called the Younger Dryas. I believe that was 10,000 BC. I'd have to look that up again. But that was a pretty major cataclysm. And then if you date back 6,000 more years from the 10,000 BC, you get 16,000 BC, and there was also around that time a cataclysm. It seems to be that 1/4 of this great year, the great year being Plato and the Greeks, they said the great year was around 24,000 years, and every quarter, in each corner of this wheel is, in this great cycle, there's a restart or a reset, and it wipes out a lot of humanity. It shakes things up, and even so bad that we don't have evidence of a high-tech society in the past. We get like little clues here and there, but much of it has been, is you can't even recognize it now. Could there be a lot of sinking and rising of the land masses and the ocean kind of, covering some land mass and sinking, Bermuda Triangle, the Bimini Road? There's lots of things that other people who actually research that, you could look into that, and it's they're going to give you a lot more information than I can. But it's very interesting to note that exactly on the where the four corners are, the second house, the fifth house, the eighth house, and the 11th house, are a catastrophe seems to happen in humanity every single time. What I noticed, this is an interesting thing because I'm into tarot, and I use the Boda, or the Builders of the Adytum tarot. It's the only tarot that I've ever studied or would use. But this is tarot key 10, the wheel. And what is a wheel? It's a cycle. And what do you see at the four corners of, and this is the world here. This is, you could say it's the earth. What are at the four corners? Well, you have Taurus the bull, Leo the lion, the eagle is Scorpio, which is the eagle is a higher version. It's a more developed scorpion, but the eagle represents Scorpio, and the man represents Aquarius. So that is quite interesting. And when I kind of put all that together, I was like, whoa, I think what they're trying to say, the wheel again is it's a rotational object, and it goes round and round and round, just like a cycle. So here in the 10th, with the 10th key, they're implying that there are these great cycles, and also why did they stick on the four images of those ages? What is it about them? Well, it's almost like those are very, very important. Those are like crucial periods. So right now we're entering the age of Aquarius, and at some point we're going to have another major cataclysm, and that's the point. So there's droppings of hints kind of everywhere, and as we know from other people, the CIA was even looking into this, back in the 1950s. Just interesting. So the governments of the world, they know about it, in my opinion. Not everybody probably agrees with it, but there is quite a bit of evidence that, and we do know from science, that there were cataclysms that happen approximately every 6,000 years on the dot. So just an interesting thought, and I thought that I would add a little something from the tarot and astrology perspective about these cataclysms.